This is a very simple question from the 2020 paper of IPMAT IIM Indore. It says in a division problem, the product of quotient and the remainder is 24 while their sum is 10. And if the divisor is 5, then what is the dividend? For this, we first need to understand what are meant by these terms. So let's take an example. If I say 7 is to be divided by 3, then 3 twos are 6, I get 1, right? So how do we name these terms? Then this is known as my dividend. 3 in this case is my divisor. 2 is known as my quotient, and 1 which is left over is what you call as the remainder. Literally remainder, what remains, what is left over. So I can write 7 is 2 times 3 plus 1, which means the dividend is nothing but quotient times the divisor plus the remainder, right? So when something dividend is divided by something which is the divisor, then the divisor times the quotient plus what is not divisible, the remainder. So quotient times the divisor plus the remainder gives you the original number, which is the dividend. So let's apply to this question. It says in a division problem, the product of the quotient and the remainder is 24 and the sum is equal to 10. So if quotient multiplied by the remainder is 24, then I can have either this is 12 multiplied by 2 or 2 multiplied by 12. Then I can have 4 multiplied by 6 or 6 multiplied by 4. Then I can have 3 multiplied by 8 or 8 multiplied by 3, or I can have 24 multiplied by 1 or 1 multiplied by 24, and so on. But the second part, which says that the sum of these two numbers must be 10, automatically helps me eliminate all the other options. So either my quotient is 4 and my remainder is 6, or my quotient is 6 and my remainder is 4. Correct? So how do I determine which one of these two options can be my answer? Well, the next part, that the divisor is 5, is the useful part. Remember, the divisor must always be greater than the remainder, because if the divisor is less than the remainder, then the remainder itself is divisible by the divisor. Correct? So if the divisor is 5, the number is being divided by 5, I cannot have 6 as the remainder, because 6 again is divisible by 5, right, and give a remainder 1. So it also helps me eliminate this. So then my quotient in this case must definitely be 6 and my remainder must definitely be 4. Correct? So now I know that my divisor is equal to 5, my remainder is 4, my quotient is 6. Then what is the dividend? So quotient times the dividend plus the remainder. So 6 times 5 plus my remainder 4 gives me 34. Correct? So my answer in this case must definitely be 34. So one, understanding that the dividend is quotient times the divisor plus the remainder, plus being mindful of the fact that the remainder must always be less than the divisor, will easily help you crack this question.